On Sunday, I preached a message on transitions in life, and I spoke about the caterpillar. When it goes into its cocoon, before it becomes a butterfly, it turns into what we call caterpillar soup. I was really struck by the amount of people who spoke to me after church saying, that's just like how I'm feeling, like caterpillar soup. So I want to say, if you are feeling like that right now, you might feel like you're stumbling around in the dark, but God wants to light the way. He wants to do that with the promises from his word. We read that in Psalm 119, verse 105. Let me tell you what else his word says. You might feel lost, but your life is now hidden with Christ. We read that in Colossians 3:3. You might feel like you're dying on the inside. Philippians 3:10-11 says that you're participating in the suffering and the death of Christ. And if that's true, then you'll also be raised back to life like Christ was. It may feel like everything is going wrong, but God is working everything together for good. We read that in Romans 8:28. You might even feel like God's given up on you. You can be confident in this. God is not done with you. What he started in you, he's going to finish. You are a work in progress. You can read that in Philippians 1, verse 6. And it might not be making much sense to you right now, but trust God with everything you've got. Trust him, cling on to him with everything you've got. Submit to what God is doing in this transition, and he'll bring you through it. You can read about that in Proverbs 3:5-6. Don't be afraid. He is protecting you. He is there to comfort you and surround you. You can read about that in Psalm 23:4. In the midst of trouble, all the grief that you're going through, he is working in you an eternal glory that will one day overshadow all of this. You can read about that in 2 Corinthians 4:17. You might feel like the waves are crashing over you. He's not going to let you sink. You might feel like the fire is engulfing you. He won't let you burn. You can read about that in Isaiah 43:2. You might not be able to feel God with you right now, but he hasn't left you. He will never abandon you. You can read about that in Hebrews 13:5. You might feel like giving up. Keep going. Keep going. Don't grow weary. There is a harvest season coming. You can be sure of that. Galatians 6:9 tells us that. Be encouraged. God is at work even in the transitions of life. Even when you feel like caterpillar soup, he is at work.